My reflection this morning will include a short tale from the movie The Fisher King, starring Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges. I, together with Kay Jorgensen, co-founder of Faithful Fools and once the social justice minister in this congregation, would show this movie in our class during the years we taught at Star King School for the Ministry. It is also an instructive story for our work as faithful fools. Some of us ministerial types, or eager to help or be of service kind of folks, can spend a lot of time and energy, a lot of human and financial resources, without really listening to what one is asking, as we just heard in the story. The Fisher King movie has many layers to it. It portrays the exhausting and sometimes overly simplistic and seemingly heroic or even dramatic efforts we can make in trying to help another, running the risk of it getting skewed by the need of my own little kingly ego that doesn't mind some hero-feeling glory once in a while. I've learned that to listen deeply, to listen with presence, not only increases the possibility for me to hear what one is asking for, to see beyond one's appearance or hear beyond one's words, so that I can discern my ability to respond. And I've also learned that listen deeply can also have the potential to reveal to another what they too may unknowingly be needing or asking for. So I invite you to listen. The tale begins with the king as a boy having to spend the night in the forest so he can prove his courage so he can become a king. While he is spending the night alone, he is visited by a sacred vision. In the fire appears the Holy Grail, a symbol of God's divine grace. And a voice said to the boy, "You shall be keeper of the Grail, so it may heal the hearts of all people." But the boy became blinded by greater visions of a life filled with power and glory and beauty. In this state of radical amazement, he felt for a brief moment not like a boy, but invincible like God. So he reached into the fire to take the Grail, and the Grail vanished, leaving him with his hand in the fire to be terribly wounded. As this boy grew older, his wound grew deeper until one day life for him lost its reason. He had no faith in any human, not even in himself. He couldn't love or feel loved. He was sick with experience, and he began to die. And one day a fool wandered into the castle and found the king alone. And being a fool, he was simple-minded. He didn't see a king. He only saw a man alone and in pain. And he asked the king, "What ails you, friend?" And the king replied, "I'm thirsty. I need some water to cool my throat." So the fool took a cup from beside his bed, filled it with water, and handed it to the king. And the king began to drink. and he realized that his wound was healed. And he looked at his hand, and there was the Holy Grail, that which he had sought for all of his life. And he turned to the fool and said with amazement, "How could you find that which my brightest and bravest could not?" And the fool replied, "I don't know. I only knew that you were thirsty."